Okay, Toolbox Talk. It is not Monday. It's Tuesday. Yesterday we were supposed to get snow and rain, and I don't think we got either.
No, we didn't even know some.
Yeah, none.
We're talking about Friday.
But we were recovering from Super Bowl. Today is 2/13.
13. Tomorrow's Valentines.
24. Okay.
Or as they called it last year, Winter Christmas.
Lunar Christmas. Or Valentine's Day is coming up tomorrow. Yeah. So this Toolbox Talk will be in relationship to Valentine's Day. This is important for you guys to understand the ways of the world. And if you want to be my Valentine's, or the company's Valentine's, then there is, I'm going to say, 3 key features. 3 key features that make you attractive. Okay? All right. So the first one is that you have lots of money. It's a very important one. If you don't have that, which most of us don't, then well, you're kind of screwed. Frankly. So your lot in life is you got to work a little harder. These old, fat, rich guys who got lots of money, they're very attractive. Not gonna lie. But what makes you attractive from a company standpoint, for us especially, and this is going to vary from company to company. So I think it's important for us to realize like what we're shooting for, like our values, our vision, our mission, if you want to say that, would be these things. I'm going to say like your average Joe out there, things that would make you attractive to him would be being cheap, would be other things that would be attractive to like somebody would be like
Doing everything.
being available, to where you're always available. And then I'm gonna say the last thing would be like probably something along the lines of showing up, So this is your average Joe's, like if you want to be the average company's worker, these things are all like attractive to them. You showing up, you just being there. Frankly, to me, I would rather you not show up if you're only coming to show up, if that makes any sense. So things that are attractive to us for Valentine's Day, one of the number one things that just it means a lot, and it is it's part of our actual statement, is being willing to go the extra mile. Okay? We normally just say whatever it takes, but like it's kind of beyond whatever it takes. Whatever it takes might be a little bit like redneck, like we're gonna slap some duct tape on it. That's not what we're meaning. Like our value and what is at the heart core of what we're trying to do is being willing to go further than we planned. And it seems like we do that a lot, which is great. I mean, I'm thankful that we're doing that. But being willing to go that smile, and that from my standpoint, that's me being willing to work with you guys on your schedule because I want us to take care of our families. It's me maybe not making as much money because we're still learning or we don't have all the right tools. So like being willing to be flexible as far as how long something should take because we're kind of making it work with what we got, not being frustrated about it. But one of the number one attractive things is willing to go the extra mile. And part of what that'll look like we'll get into in a minute. Another thing, I'm just kind of making these up on the spot, so I haven't really thought about this. It's been a busy week. Been gaming a whole bunch, hit Unreal, very excited. But the second thing would be being consistent. Consistency. Nope. Consistency. And that's in your work, that's in your personal lives, that's in your skill level. Like, one of the hardest things for us to work with is somebody who's good one day and bad another day. Like, I'd rather you be like, just good, okay? Like, let's not even talk about the bad. But I mean, and everybody's gonna have an off day. I'm not saying that we won't, but consistency is a key feature of somebody who's got balance in their life and who's thinking clear enough to where you're going to leave the job the same way every day. You're going to do the same screw pattern every day. You're going to install the siding the same way every day. Like, to where you've got the muscle memory down to where you're not having to like figure something out every single day. Our goal is to be consistent as possible. We want to wear the same kind of shirts. We want to, communicate as a team the same way. You know, we're not going to be like one way with this set of guys and one way with this set of guys. Our goal is to be consistent, especially with our customers and things like that. And the third attractive feature that is something that we're desperately needing more of, and something that we can work with happily, would be skill. So a skilled worker, especially in our industry, is going to be interesting because we do pretty much everything. You know, as remodelers, we've got a ton of different trades that we're working on, and you might be skilled in 2 or 3 of them, you might be skilled in 4 or 5 of them, but our goal, or part of the goal for us, is to make sure that we're using your skill set as efficiently as possible. So if like James is our siding and our fascia guy, then my goal would always for him to be running those jobs, you know. And then if, you know, Cody's the like equipment operator, my goal is to like make sure he's using that skill set as much as possible, because a skilled worker
It's less risky.
you know, there's just tons of benefits. I mean, there's less risk, there's less waste, there's more efficiency. If you know what you're doing and you're comfortable, you've got the muscle memory, then you're able to not only do your job, a lot of times you can kind of help train somebody else a little bit to like get them up to your level, to be a good helper. You know, but what happens is somebody who kind of knows stuff, they're busy trying to like do their job and not really able to pay attention to anybody else, which makes anybody else who isn't skilled almost just a helper, you know, or almost just somebody who's not able to do much. So the goal for us is, you know, as we grow as a company, whether it's training or whether it's finding your niche and staying in that like sweet spot, the goal is for us to be skilled, okay? Things that are attractive to a customer, especially for Valentine's Day, that make us look good, that make the customer feel loved, which is important, is 3 things. Number one thing, what's the number one thing that we kind of stress when it comes to customers? Ooh, nobody's gonna say it. He starts with this. Oh, he did. Look at this guy. Communication. Communication is what we are known for. It's what has saved our butt multiple times, because there's been times where we've had to redo stuff, you know, and we're not perfect. We're human. We make mistakes, but people are willing to work with you if you make a mistake. I mean, the same in your personal life. Your girlfriend, your wife, your kiddos, you can have a bad day as long as you're willing to communicate, make up for it, do the right thing, okay? But our number one thing that makes us attractive to most of our customers isn't our pricing. They probably like our pricing, you know. It's not our looks, it's our ability to communicate. And that's what we stress on our jobs. We stress daily communication, we stress if they call us, we're gonna pick up the phone, whether we've talked to them multiple times or not. You know, we're gonna seek to communicate that we're trying to do our best, trying to go the extra mile. And as long as they know that, then we're gonna go far. The second thing, in my opinion, is consistency. Now, this might be, it doesn't look right, but it will. This might be kind of one of those things that's like maybe third, maybe second. But when I see someone who shows up the same time every day, whose vehicle looks the same way every day, who, you know, is polite every way the same day, I feel less nervous. I feel more like, okay, good. Like this guy's not, you know, he's not having issues, or I feel comfortable in where the person is. Now, they may be not that way, but as long as I can feel it, I'm gonna love it, okay? And then the third thing is cleanliness, okay? And this is something that we really need to work on. You know, having a clean job site, having a clean vehicle, having clean attire in general, it's always kind of been like the leftover thing for me. And I think it's maybe like a Martin trait, just being honest here. Like, it's not as important as getting the job done, you know, or it's not as important as getting some production. Cleanliness is always like the thing you do if you have time, you know. And the issue with that is a lot of times we don't have time, you know, let's just be honest, because like we're trying to get the job done, we're trying to be efficient, you know, we push as late as we can, and we got to run because, you know, the wife needs something, or, you know, whatever it might be. But cleanliness is probably one of the biggest impacts on the job. Customers don't understand framing, they don't understand like siding, they don't understand drywall. I mean, okay, maybe they do. I'm not saying all customers don't, but they do understand when there's a mess. And when there's a mess, and when people see a mess, whether it's in your vehicle, whether it's on you, whether it's, you know, like random tools laying around on a job site or things like that, the customer understands that something's not done, okay? And it's taken me a long time to kind of get to the point where when it comes to being clean and being organized on a job site, it is a bigger impact than I thought of before. So as far as Valentine's Day goes, so we're looking hard. 3 things: communication, consistency, and cleanliness are what is going to help us win that special kiss, that special little payday, that special, like, oh, he's actually pretty nice, or he's cool, you know, which is what we want. We want customers, we want our girls, we want, you know, people to speak well of us. You know, that's part of having a good reputation, you know, and if they don't, then, and you've done your 3 things, then, I mean, maybe you should, you know, consider they may have some issues that need to be resolved in their own personal lives, okay? But that's Valentine's Day. Part of that for us, as we're working to get better, is just all of our foremen, all of our lead guys knowing that those 3 things: have we communicated, have we been consistent, have we cleaned every single day, you know, and making sure that those are like the priorities of the day, you know. Obviously we want to do things the right way, things like that, but just keep those in mind, especially for Valentine's. And in your own personal lives too.
Is tomorrow Valentine's Day meeting as well?
Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and no, that's on you guys. You better be making your girls some breakfast in bed.
Yeah, she
You know?
gonna eat dinner when I get over there. That's about it.
I mean, like, hey, take care of your peoples. That's all I'm saying. You know, do what it takes. I'm not giving us a company holiday, but if everybody's like, hey, I'm gonna be a little bit later because I'm taking care of my family. I got nothing bad to say about that. So, okay.